Hello everyone, my name is Nzioka, your Kenyan village boy, and today's video we'll just be talking about the story of how I got robbed in South Africa, a Ford New Ranger, and then this happened on a gunpoint. A lot of people have been asking me, why have you been talking about South Africa? For those who don't know, I've lived in South Africa for 2 years, and I've also lived in other countries like Botswana, Uganda, but today we're talking specifically of me being robbed in South Africa. But this story is all about a story that happened in Pretoria, a place called Mamelodi. But let's get into the video. Let's talk about this story. This story happened while I was living in South Africa. That was in 2021. That was like 1 year ago, before I came back last year. I remember there's this day because I was doing missionary work, and then there's this day we had just gotten a new Ranger. It was a white one, and I remember while we were driving in this hood. We were going to an appointment, and then I was not the one driving. A friend of mine from United States, I know he's gonna watch this video, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he knows himself, and he was driving the car. And so we knew this guy is called Kalego. That's the real name. He's called Katleo. And then I remember we were driving to his home. We had been meeting him for several times, So we got to his home this day, and Katleo used to live with his two parents. And we meet him, and he's like, guys, I want to stop drinking. I want to stop using these drugs, So we were there to help him stop using drugs. And then it happens that he opens us to us that he's in a group of this gang. And then when he gives us this story, we're used to hearing those kind of stories in South Africa. I was used to, let me say that, because I was meeting a lot of people, young people who needed help, like rehabilitation, who needed to bring themselves closer to Jesus Christ, and they needed the gospel to change their lives. So when we met Katlego and he told us this, and he told his story about how he's in this group and he wants to quit, then we said, it's okay, we're gonna help you with the gospel. We're gonna be going outside with you. So we decided on this one day we were gonna go outside with them so that we can go to other appointments, so that you may not get time to go to that meeting with this other group of where it goes to the thugs, you know what I mean? So I remember we went with them this day. It was on a Saturday, and so when we went with them, everything went well. We were teaching. He didn't talk, he doesn't know how we do it, né? So he would just be going with us, sitting on those meetings with us, and then get into their car, go to other place, blah blah blah, just like that. So I remember we did that for the whole day, and then we returned him back at his home, because I remember we got another appointment with him the following week. It was on a Tuesday, and then we got to his place, and he says, elders, because that's how we used to be called. So he says Nzioka, and my American friend over here. So he says, my friends saw me with you on Saturday while we were moving around, and they said they need your new Ranger. And we were like, they say they need our new Ranger? Why? Why do they need our new Ranger? They said they need the car. We said, no, we're not gonna give in our car. And so we decided to leave immediately, because that means they can come there anytime. And we knew that this guy had a gun at all times. He had a gun. So we left there, and then I remember the following day we were driving on the road, going to another appointment. And I remember this day, I was not going with the American guy. We were on exchanges. So I went this day with a Congolese guy, two black men. I remember we were driving our car to an appointment, and when we were about to park, another car, a BMW. These cars are very famous in South Africa. It is one of these old BMWs. They're very, very famous in South Africa. If you're South African, you will know them. So I remember there's this BMW just comes and parks behind us, né? And then immediately these guys just run out of the doors, and they come to our door. And I was not driving as well this time around. The Congolese guy was driving. Then they go directly to him and they say, your hands up, come out of the car, give me the keys, and leave. So we come out of the car, they took everything in our pockets, our phones and everything, our money that we had, and they took the car. They went away. So that's how it happened. We lost the car, we lost the phones and everything. And I know you guys would want to know, did we later find the car and everything? Guys, take this moment first, subscribe, like and comment if you've come this far. Please subscribe, be part of this channel. There's also that join button over there. You can click that, and also you can show appreciation by supporting this channel by clicking the thanks button. You can just share $1, $2, $3. Any is appreciated. It helps this channel grow. It helps me to move to other countries, and that we can share these stories so that you can know the situation. You know, I don't like sharing bad stories about countries, but when you guys ask me to share, I will, because you guys are family. You are part of me. You are part of this. That's why I do this, you know. I have to share all my stories and my life experiences while I travel. I share good parts, but I also have to share the reality in the ground. So you also want guys to know if we found the car, right? So I remember when we were left there, what happened was our name tags. We used to have name tags, né? So on those name tags, behind the name tag, we used to have a sticker with numbers, phone numbers for the office. So we went inside because we had already arrived in the appointment. So we just went inside, borrowed the phone from the people we were going to teach. Then we asked them if we can call. Then we called, and people were there already because they saw the scenario. The people were like, hey, what happened? And we couldn't explain because they already saw it. You know, you can't explain. So we need to call the office immediately. So we called the office and they said, don't worry, we're coming to pick you up. So they sent other missionaries. They came, picked us up, took us to the office. We were all shocked. And oh my goodness, that's one of the most terrifying moments in my life, you know, when these guys just robbed us. And that was the first time that I was robbed. There are other experiences. If you guys want me to share those experiences, I will still share. But the point is, we got there and then they started tracking the car because the car had a tracker. They contacted the tracking company. Then they started tracking the car. The car was found 2 days later. It had nothing in it, no key. It was just parked behind a super highway on the side. And then, yeah, they found it 2 days later and no key and nothing. So they had to pull it back to the office. And that's what happened. So that's the story of I was robbed in South Africa like 1 year ago. There are several instances. I think it is 3 times. There's even a day that I was robbed and I went naked, you know. We were left naked. We were like, just in a ways, that's what was left with us. So that's my story, how we were robbed in South Africa, for the people who have been asking. And that's one of my terrifying stories, guys. So if you travel, South Africa is the best place to travel. And please subscribe, like, share, comment on this video. I love you, I like you, and thank you for watching up to the end. Bye bye. This is 𝙏𝙼𝙖𝙑 Nzioka, your Kenyan village boy. See you on the next one.